Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin pleaded guilty Wednesday to a federal charge of willfully depriving George Floyd of his rights. This was the first time Chauvin has taken responsibility for his actions during the arrest of Floyd last year. He admitted he kept his knee on Floyd's neck, even as Floyd stopped resisting and became unresponsive, resulting in Floyd's death. He also admitted that he knew what he was doing was wrong. Now, Chauvin was convicted this spring on state murder and manslaughter charges, and he was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that state case. Under state rules, if he has good behavior, he would have served about 2/3 of that, or 15 years, behind bars, and then the rest on parole. But with this federal plea, he's now expected to be behind bars for longer than that. Under the plea agreement, both sides agreed Chauvin should face between 20 to 25 years in prison, with prosecutors saying they're going to ask for 25 years on that high end. In the federal system, defendants get credit for good time, and that's usually about 85%. So under this formula, if Chauvin has good time, and if he's sentenced to, let's say, 25 years in prison, he would actually serve about 21 years and 3 months behind bars. If he's sentenced on that low end and gets a 20-year sentence, he would serve about 17 years behind bars. Either way, both of those scenarios are more than what he would serve if he was just serving the state sentence alone. Under this plea agreement, he will also serve his time in the federal prison system, and the federal sentence would be served at the same time as the state sentence, so they're not going to stack on top of each other. Chauvin appeared in person for his hearing on Wednesday. He was wearing an orange short sleeve prison shirt, and he was escorted in and out of the courtroom in handcuffs. When he was asked to enter his plea, he said, "Guilty, Your Honor." And he said that to not only the plea in Floyd's death, but he also entered a guilty plea in connection with a 2017 arrest of a boy who was 14 at the time. He admitted that he also violated that boy's rights during that arrest. As far as the other 3 officers go who were involved in Floyd's arrest, they are still on course to go to trial on federal charges in January, and they will go to trial on state charges of aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter in March.